Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to FTB Beyond from the CreedCraft server. So I want to give you guys a little bit of an update as to what has been going on the server. So we've had a little bit of trouble over the last couple of days with the server crashing. Now I'm not entirely sure what's been causing it today, but yesterday Apache did something with embers. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but it caused the server to crash and we actually had to do a rollback from that crash. So yeah, that was a pretty major thing. You'll have to go check out his video to see exactly what is going on there. But because of that, I haven't been able to get too much done. Been kind of worried about the server and things like that. But down here in the Elven area, I do have a little bit of trees cleared away. But not going to be working on this today. Primarily because I can't seem to finalize my designs on this. I've been drawing some stuff out and getting some ideas, but I haven't decided if I want to continue on with doing it just regular blocks or if I want to go extreme detail and do it with chisels and bits. The chisels and bits way would be incredibly time consuming, and yeah, I mean, I'd like to use it a little bit, but I want to kind of not build the whole thing out of it. So yeah, I'm gotta take a little bit more time to figure out what's going on with that. Now another thing you guys may notice is I've got a 32 by 32 texture, so I finally, after almost 50 episodes, decided to go ahead and go with Faithful 32 texture pack. Now I also updated to Optifine on my mod list, and that has helped my frame rate significantly. So yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with that. I seemed to have problems until I clicked the checkbox to clear video buffers. Where was that? I don't even remember. There was somewhere here. It's a new thing that I hadn't seen before. It was somewhere in here. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, fast render, it doesn't like that. Performance, no. I don't remember. But anyway, there was something that yeah, it was supposed to clear the video buffer. That was what seemed to finally do it. So, yeah, really happy about that. But so, what I want to work on today is an issue that is right in my inventory. And that is this spot right here. I have no food. So, after months, I have finally used up all the food in my pack. Now, I've used up a huge amount of that food here just recently because of the new draconic armor. And with all the running that I do, I use a huge amount of food. So, yeah, that is what's going on with that. But I want to go to a better source of food than the spring salads that I was using from the Botania area. So I went looking through Pam's Harvest Craft, and there are several foods in here that are really good. They give 9 full haunches of hunger, so that's, 18 hunger, and then they have a full 10 saturation, or a full 10 haunches of saturation, which is 20 saturation. Now this is one of them, the hearty breakfast. Now this takes pork chops, fried egg, toast, potato cakes, and chocolate milk. So we could do that one. There's another one, I think the Delighted Meal does this as well, which is a deluxe cheeseburger with fries and a drink. And yeah, the deluxe cheeseburger, it's just piles and piles of crafting. So we could do that one. There's a few others. I think Epic Bacon encompasses that. And there's some others down here, but the easiest one by far that I've seen is the Beef Wellington. We have used this in the past, I believe, but all that we need for this is some beef, dough, spinach, and mushrooms. So mushrooms are pretty easy to deal with. I think we can actually use our phytogenic insulator for that. I've got that set up over here. Been getting a little bit of potatoes. Don't know what I'm gonna do with those, but I got a bunch of potatoes there. But I think that we can put like a mycelium augment in that, and it will allow this thing to make mushrooms. The spinach is very easy. We can use bone meal with a mechanical user, or we can just set up a large farm with a harvester or an Ender.io farming station. The problem is the beef. So we can always go out and hunt, or we can manually breed cows. But what I want to do is use a draconic evolution stabilized spawner. Now the issue with that is, if we look at my mob souls, I don't have a cow soul. So I think the easiest way to get a cow soul is going to be to run around in the mining dimension. And yes, I'm quarrying again. I don't know why, but yes, I am quarrying again. But I'm just going to run around here in the mining dimension. There's usually tons of cows around here. I don't see any right now. Maybe I would be better off going through the overworld or one of my RF tools dimensions. Yeah, there's some cows. But yeah, I'm just going to have to go around and do my best to see if I can get a cow mob soul. And once I get that, meet you guys back at the base, and we will set ourselves up a cow spawner. Well, I was just about ready to give up and use a soul vial, and then as soon as I picked up the cow in the soul vial, I got a cow soul. So yeah, let's go ahead and head back to the base. And yes, I did have to go over to the draconium mining dimension. I just could not find enough cows in the mining dimension. So the next thing that we need to do is, this is going to actually be pretty simple. And to give you an idea of how much stuff I actually fought to try to get that, we have tons and tons of meat. I've got 2 pig souls, 1 skeleton soul, 1 zombie, and 1 spider soul while I was out there looking for all of this. So let's go ahead and drop all of this stuff off. We're going to keep this cow soul vial for now. And we have our cow soul. So now we need a spawner. And I don't care which one. Looks like we have 19 zombie spawners. And by the way, I can get unlimited spawners now because we have a new dimension here. It's not that one. I don't recall where I put it offhand. Did I put it in here somewhere? Anyway, it is the dimension after our draconium mining dimension. And it is a, what is that called? I can't remember. Let's see here. It is, it's a structure of some kind. No, it's not stronghold. It's like ruins of some kind. I don't remember. Darn it. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. I've got several of them. But so what we want to do, I guess we need to grab a draconic core. We should have one in here. Yep, or an awakened core. So we'll go ahead and place this broken spawner down. Oh, I guess before we can do that, we have to combine that with this, so we get our stabilized spawner. So that's going to be that. Now we are going to surround that with some fences. Because, yeah, we haven't really been using any fences. So we're going to surround this with fences. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go out this far. That'll work. And we are going to actually use a mechanical user to kill these cows with our Staff of Power. And the reason for that is that then we can get more cow souls, and we will never have to worry about this ever again. So, yeah, that's what I've got in mind. So we're going to surround this with fences. we're going to go ahead and place this cow soul in here right away. And this should immediately start spawning cows. There we go. So now we are going to grab our redstone pack. And we'll grab a mechanical user out of here. And we're just going to place this somewhere right here. Here looks like a good spot. So we'll put it here facing inward. And then we're just going to go here with Entity, left click. We'll put in our Draconic Staff of Power and... oh, I love that. So this is going to give us unlimited beef now. Now later on I will update this to be a Draconic Mob Grinder. But for now we need to make sure that we have more mob souls before we do anything with this mob spawner. Because oddly enough, any block updates whatsoever to this mob spawner will reset the soul inside of it. So we have to be really careful about that. But so I'm going to let this sit here and run until I have a couple more mob souls. And then we will look at where we're going to actually put this stuff in the long run. So I've pulled the cow farm back down because we already have tons and tons of stuff. So if we look here, we have almost 5,000 leather, almost 10,000 raw beef, and 48 cow souls. So yeah, we're not going to be running out of those anytime soon. So we'll be able to go and set this farm up somewhere else. And where I want to do it is in Spawn. Now Apache has been doing a lot of work in Spawn, and I'm feeling kind of left out over there. So I want to do some building over in the Spawn Town. And yes, I know it would be faster to fly, but call me old-fashioned, I like to walk and actually see the work that I've been doing. And it kind of helps me to get ideas on what can be done later on. And yeah, just in general, it's a good way to be. But you may also notice eating apples, and that's because the pork chops that I was cooking while I was trying to get the cow souls have already run out. I mean, I just have no food, really. But so if we take a look around Spawn here, we can see some of the buildings that Apache has built have a very distinctive look of, oh, kind of a medieval feel. And so I kind of feel like I want to match that. This kind of has more of a, oh, maybe, well, let's kind of take a look at that. Almost feels like, oh, a Roman, ancient Roman type building with a little bit of, Middle Age influence. And I don't know what is going on with the frame rate over here. There's something causing some lag. It's probably this thing. But I know that Apache has been... Ooh, worms. Worms are really slow, and there's nothing over here either. What? Industrial hemp. Okay, that makes sense. And nothing in the crafter? Yeah, whatever. Onions. Hey, that's a good thing to have. But so, yeah, there's a very distinctive medieval vibe going on over here. And, yeah, if you guys watch any of my older series, really, you'll see I rather much enjoy doing that kind of a build. So, I think I'm going to kind of join in with that. And I'm going to take this area here. And I'm going to build a factory to take care of all of the various things that we need to make the beef Wellington. So we need a spot for the cow farms. Of course, that won't have to be very big. Basically a 9x9 space. But then we're also going to need a space for wheat production, spinach, and mushrooms. So the mushrooms, I think I am going to run in the phytogenic insulator. And so we are going to have some type of ender chest system to export items over to this, But then we'll also want another one to retrieve them, and I think we can use the ender chest system that we're using for the quarry. We should be able to do that. And the wheat and spinach, I think we're just going to use standard open air farms with the farming station. But yeah, I am going to start building on this. We're going to build the skeleton first and then flesh it out with the machinery to make it operate. So, yeah, I do want to do this in a time lapse, so I suppose let's roll the time lapse. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. Got a few more things to do here, but in general, the shape of the building is here. So the plan for this building is, of course, to be producing the beef Wellington, and I've been thinking about it while I have been working on this, and there's a couple of things that I want to do. First off, this portion over here. So what I want this to be is like a shop, and then above would be the shopkeeper's house. Now, because of that, I left this area open, didn't put any cross support beams or anything like that. And this is going to have the stairs not only going up to the second floor for the housing portion, but also up to the second floor of the factory portion. So for that, I went ahead and did a little bit of exploration, and I guess I took my wireless crafting terminal off. But if we look at golden lassos, we have a whole bunch of villagers in golden lassos now. We have some clerics, and we have some leather workers. Now these guys are going to be really important for this. And then we also have somewhere in here some butchers. So we're going to have butchers and leather workers here so that we can have the the leather from the cows, and then hopefully later the extra beef able to be traded for emeralds. So that is the general plan there. I have quite a few of those guys, and we'll basically just set up a spot here that they can kind of move around, but they can't get out of. I love areas like that. Now, another thing is I was going to just have a big pen for the cows to spawn in, and then we would have a Draconic Evolution mob grinder to kill them. Don't think I want to do that now. I got to thinking about it, and what I really want to do is we'll have an area for the cows to spawn on, but then we're going to have them moved into the factory. So we're going to set up a pen outside for them to spawn on. They're going to move into the factory, and we are going to use immersive engineering conveyor belts to move the cows, and then a little later to move their drops. And I think that we can sort based on, or I think the immersive engineering conveyors can sort items, so we'll have to see about that. But I want to have the items moving around on conveyor belts out in the open, and we'll have the cows spawned just here outside of this wall, and then they'll come into the building, they'll be killed, and then they'll be brought into the rest of the machinery. So we'll have something to kill them, something to cook the beef, and then we'll have big storage area for the beef and the leather and things like that. Now, for the wheat, I want to set up, and here we'll go outside here for this. So I want to set up in this area a large decorative wheat farm. I think I want to put it here. Maybe I'll put it on this side of the path. That might look good too. But we want a large decorative wheat farm, and then we are going to actually have a small farm that is producing the wheat for us. So yeah, that'll be something that I'll work on. On the second floor of the factory, we are going to set up some stuff for milling and baking the bread. So we'll have conveyor belts of probably hay bales, I think would be the best thing to do there. Coming into the factory, going up, it will be broken apart into the individual wheat, then ground into flour, and then baked. And then we'll have bread coming out, going into storage for the... Or no, we don't need bread, we need flour. So it'll be hay bales coming in, broken apart, ground up into flour, and then that'll be going into storage. So the next thing is the spinach, and we're going to set up a very small spinach patch right here on this side of the building. And that, once again, will just be decorative, and we'll set up a actual production spinach farm somewhere else. and we'll have that stuff coming in, going into storage. Now, the mushrooms do not need sunlight, and in fact, they don't grow good in sunlight. So, the third floor of the factory, I may remove these windows, but we are going to have a mushroom farm up here, and what we're going to do is actually use the phytogenic insulator from thermal expansion to grow the mushrooms, but we'll have ourselves a little decorative mushroom farm. Mushrooms are usually grown in stacks, so we'll set that up. And yeah, so we'll have the mushrooms, we'll have the spinach, the wheat, the cows, and then along this wall here we will have machinery to actually put the stuff together. So in this entire system, I do not want to use any refined storage or applied energistics. I want it to all be, when the stuff comes in, it is dealt with right then and there. So that's the plan. I've got a lot of work to do with that. I still have to set up the floor materials. I've got to set up the actual floors in here. And we're going to have these kind of dead spaces between the roof and the walls and things like that. I don't know if I'm going to try to utilize those for anything. They might be utilized just for like conveyor belts to go through. I don't know. I'll have to see what I can come up with that, but I still have a lot of work to do on this. And I guess one other thing that I will be doing after all of this is said and done on the inside is putting some chimney stacks out of the top of the building somewhere, probably based on where the cooking equipment is going to be. And that way we can actually have this part designated as the factory portion. So yeah, I'm going to get to work on this, try to get as much of it done as I can, and then I'll be back. Well, I am not sure what is going on. I am getting a huge amount of server lag here. I don't understand it. I'm getting a lot of times where waiting for server, sometimes up to 10 seconds I'll be waiting. And so, yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the server or possibly my internet connection. I don't know. But it's making it to where I almost can't do anything. So most likely what I'm going to have to do is work on this between episodes and try to get it finished. But I'm also going to have to try to figure out what is going on that I'm getting such server lag. But I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, be sure to leave that down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah, see, that's a sign of that lag. I should have waved right when I said bye. So, yep. See you guys later.